The movie just turned off. And then it's going to be impossible to sync up. I think I'm just over it, to be honest with you. I was kind of hungover anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night. I don't think I'm going to be messing with this tonight. Hey guys, what's going on? Captain BB back with you again. I got about 20 minutes into Waterworld and movie crapped out on me. So what I'm doing is this hard drive keeps crashing. I don't know why. So I've moved the file from my hard drive to my computer's hard drive, and I'm just going to play it directly from there. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I have backup hard drives, but this is the one that I'm using right now just because I don't really like to mess with my backup hard drives because they are backups. So, like I said, I got about 20 minutes through it. It's hard to keep that same energy going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already went 20 minutes into it. Luckily, it didn't happen like an hour. But I had to start all over because it's like impossible to sync. You know what I mean? It's impossible to sync. I was thinking about, I don't even want to do it now because it kind of put me in a bad mood. I don't like doing it when I'm in a bad mood. But the show must go on. The show must go on. So we're going to restart it. We're going to redo it. Like I said, it just sucks because I don't lose the commentary. I still have it, but I can't use that because I'll never be able to sync it up perfect. I'm just kind of mad at myself for not realizing that I should just put the file onto the computer and just play it directly from there. That just seems kind of pretty obvious now that I think about it. But I didn't think about it, so I have to live with my decision. I have to redo it. I think I'm going to put the blooper of it dying at the end of this, so you guys can see. It's raining really hard. We might lose power tonight. If that happens, the show will still go on. I'm in the middle of the Smoky Mountains, man, and we don't get the greatest power up here. So sometimes power goes out and all that jazz. I'm gonna make this a half shot just to, just to keep traditions alive. I'm really bummed, guys, I gotta tell you. But that is no excuse. You guys pay good money for this. You guys, invest your time in this. I can't let this affect my performance. I owe it to my audience. I don't have a beer tonight. I just don't have any beer. I have a Sunkist, Diet Sunkist. So we're going to start it up again. Okay, on this one, the Universal logo with the globe will come up. Now, in this movie, the globe stays in it. So when the Universal word fades off, then we're going to push start. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, Universal fading out, and go. And the crazy part is I don't even remember what I said, so I guess that's a good part. I'm like a goldfish, man. Like, literally, I don't remember anything. I'm not feeling itchy tonight, which is good. But this is, you know what this feels like? I know now why, like, performers in plays, like, they're, I don't think I could ever do a play. Because I don't know how you could do the same thing back to back to back. I was talking about the salinity of the water. First, I was saying that there's no way that there's enough water to cover like that much of the globe. First off. Second off, I said, wouldn't the salinity, if the fish in the water took millions of years to adapt to the salinity of the water. Even if it took a couple hundred years for all that ice to melt and the water to rise, but I would assume it happened fast because humans couldn't adjust that quickly. But all that water, wouldn't that kill a lot of the fish? Because they have to have a certain amount of salinity. And I made a few funny jokes. And then I was talking about, I gotta just live in the moment, but I was saying that, okay, he's taking a piss into a water jug, and he's putting it through what I'm guessing is a desalinator. I guess that's what it is. But if you can desalinate piss, why wouldn't you desalinate seawater? What's the point of what's the point of drinking the piss? And then he goes to the market and, tries to get all this fresh water. But he has a desalinator on the boat. And the water has to be desalinated because he's feeding it to a plant. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Does anything that I said make sense, or is it just the ramblings of a madman? Comment below if it's the ramblings of a madman. He didn't even get any of the... I didn't notice that. He didn't even get any of the pebbles just went all over the place. Does he just have an infinite amount of timing pebbles? And what's that for? What's the timer for? And if you hear raindrops and stuff, I got the windows open. It's a nice cool night. The rain really cooled everything off. He's not... Oh, okay. Alright. That makes sense. I wasn't paying attention. Making mojitos? What is he doing? Scavenging for stuff? Yeah, that's what he must be doing. He must be scavenging for stuff on the ocean floor. But why does he need a timer to tell him when it's time to come up? Shouldn't he just be out of breath or whatever? And how far down is that? Wouldn't he get the bends? Right? You can only go so many atmospheres in the water. What's with the colander on his head? It's a literal colander. I say literally a lot. I need to really stop that. I text it too. I text it in a lot of things. I say literally this, literally that, and I just am disgusted with myself after I read it. What is his accent here? Was that a question or a statement? and they're smoking Newports. Yeah, I used to smoke cigarettes when I worked. I still work in the culinary field, but when I was younger, and one of the major reasons I quit was because there was groups and groups of smokers that would never have any cigarettes, and they always smoked menthol. And I've smoked both menthol and non-menthol, but I used when I smoked non-menthol, they'd be like, "Can I get a cigarette?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, here." And they'd be like, "Oh, no menthol?" And I was like, "What?" I don't know how much. I don't know how many years I smoked for. I smoked from. I smoked for about, on and off, for about 10 years. Well, not even 10. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was about 10 years. 10 years on and off. I quit for like 2 years in between. I don't really have the crave. You know, people say like smoking's hard to quit. I don't know. For me, it was easy. Drinking's harder to quit than smoking, I think. Because drinking's fun. Smoking wasn't really so much fun. It was just kind of relaxing. But like, I would get sick all the time. Like, yeah, like bronchitis and stuff. So I was just like, it's just not worth it. Like, is his thing really going that fast? More than likely, it would just capsize the boat. I like how Kevin Costner has to tell him he's going to die. Now, why wouldn't they just chase Kevin Costner now that that guy's dead? You know, trimarans are one of the like sturdiest boats there are. So they got that triple hull. Like they're like pretty much unsinkable, unless you get like I think even with one hull, like they can still function. Or like if only one hull's damaged, they can still function. But I've heard that. I don't know if that's true. Why would you throw your very valuable dirt into the wind? Wouldn't you just say, hey, I have dirt. Let me in, please." You know, this was like I don't know if I said it in this one or the last one because it's kind of running together, but this at the time, this movie cost more than any other movie because they built this set, this like floating set. I think it's cool. I mean, you would never they would CGI the hell out of this before they build a set. But I think it looks really cool. It gives it like a realism effect. Even if it's goofy. I mean, it still is goofy as hell. Like, why do apocalyptic films have like all the same kind of garb? Like this, Mad Max. Like, you'd just be wearing a t-shirt and, like, shorts. I mean, look how the people in, like, the native people live now in, like, Brazil and stuff. They wear, like, a short and, like, a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. You know, you wouldn't be wearing all this goofy stuff. I don't get what that's all about. Ha ha ha! Blinding children. Ha ha ha! So I guess my point is, why would you... Okay, I don't know if I necessarily want to live in this city either. But what's the point of being a drifter just living on a boat? If you're, you know, you don't have a family, you don't really have a purpose. Do they eat dirt now? It's not like he has a girlfriend or something. So glad you dumped a third kilo of your valuable dirt into the wind. Maybe heart disease. Maybe adult onset diabetes. Okay. Okay. If you're Kevin Costner and you're a trader or whatever he is, why would you bring that much attention to yourself? You know, why would you bring in all that gold or all that dirt, essentially gold? Why wouldn't you say, okay, look, I'll leave the in my whatever in my jar, and I'll just bring in just like a little bit, so I don't attract that much attention. Seems like a very major mistake that he made here. And he has a choker necklace. That's his second mistake. He looks like Ronnie James Dio, but with red hair. Just go around different places insulting people's store. Weirdo. Young Joe Biden. And I'm going to try to not be political, guys. I don't really care, to be honest, about politics. But when a joke's that tasty, I mean, I'm only human. Half your chits. Now, here's my question. The tomato plant. It's in dirt, obviously. That's more dirt than he bought it for. So he technically could take the tomato plant out, eat the tomato, and sell back the dirt and make... Look, that's more dirt than he brought. I mean, this whole bargaining system they've got is completely... You could take such advantage of it. It'd be like a cheat in a game. Gee, thanks, pal. He's, people say I'm negative. Holy crap. Could you imagine hanging out with this guy at a bar? You go want to watch the Eagles game? Nah, man. They're terrible. All right, then. Uh, Look at what I don't understand what's going on. They can just accuse anybody of being one of those bad guys, and he's excited about mutations. This is about where I left off the first time I was watching this. Is that their like Ned Stark? They just robbed all his stuff. That drawing sucks. I'm sorry. Animals I've never seen before. Okay. First of all, I don't know why she doesn't know the concept of it's a square. What was that thing? Oh my god. So how long are they saying this happened? Like, because it's like two different things are happening here. It's like the gills and web toes would take hundreds of thousands of years at least. Yet the people here look like this is like their first day. Like they don't even like all their setups and everything suck. You would think that if they had hundreds of thousands of years, that they would either die out or they would develop a way to live. You see what I'm saying? It's like you can't have both. You can't have 100,000 year mutation, but yet these people are like still in the Stone Age. You know, does that make sense? Where did I roll my R's? Yeah, it looks to be an extremely shitty drawing. I mean, it doesn't look like it's that hard to figure out. It looks like it's pointing north with land and an arrow pointing at it. I mean, it's not the most clandestine thing I've ever seen. You know, it's a pretty self-explanatory picture. It literally has a piece of land with an arrow pointing to it. There I am with literally again. Despite all my rage. What was that spaz attack? Calm down, Costner. Weirdo. Where do they get gasoline from? Are they refining their own gasoline? Refining their own oil? Have they developed a new fuel source? I mean, I have so many questions. Now my earbud went out, and then it'll play. I'm just having a hard time with this movie. But don't worry, I haven't lost, like, the video's still playing. That's a big old telescope. And now I'm connected back again. I don't know why it does that, but it does sometimes. Ringing that vigorously, sir. Yeah, that would take a massive amount of gasoline. It's literally Mad Max on water. Literally. I can break that habit. Oh my God. Oh. It's such a silly movie, but it's so much fun. He looks like the knight in Raiders of the Last Crusade. He's got that same chainmail kind of thing going on. That's a big set, dude. That is a big set. I wonder how long it took to build that. That had to be months, if not a year. What the heck that was? Lightning bug or something? Something flying in my head. Where are they getting these munitions? That's pretty cool, though. Just blast that whole city apart, please. Ooh. Now I'm getting the itchy face again. Ah! So they're definitely saving them, but not in the most, I don't know, the best way maybe, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'd probably have a bucket there or something. Oh my gosh. That is the gayest flag duo I've ever seen. Oh no. Oh man. They got water skiers? I forgot about this, guys. Oh no. Yeah, this is a bad movie. I don't know why I'm making you guys watch it. Oh well. It's so goofy, man. What's that do? Oh, is it like a hot air balloon? I haven't seen this movie in a little bit, guys, so I don't remember everything. Can you do that on a jet ski? Can you go under things like that? I mean, I know the engine's probably got, I mean, is that, is that allowed? Comment below if that's allowed. Can you go underwater on a jet ski? But I never thought, well, if they can do that, why wouldn't they just swim under it? The dog is not impressed. Why wouldn't, that's true, why wouldn't you just swim under it? I don't know. What is this thing? What is that, like pea soup or something? Oh boy. It is. It's a hot air balloon. Oh, that was the worst throw attempt ever. That dude said deuces. Yeah, please shoot him. Would you aim for the guy or would you aim for the huge hot air balloon? Oh, I'm gassy, guys. Well, I guess he doesn't really have a choice at that point, does he? That's pretty cool. I always wondered how divers did that, like undulating, like a. Oh, that's a little goofy, but I always wondered how they did that, like move like a fish thing. Classic. Ugh. Wouldn't be an action movie if there wasn't one. Well, that guy wasn't even involved. Why would you waste a knife doing that? Seems like tools are rather important in this world. In this water world. Ugh. All I can think about is I would be halfway through this movie if had it not failed. The hard drive. You never seen a boat before? I mean, you live in a water world. This earbud keeps on popping out of my ear. That's why I keep touching my ear. I'm trying to get it to stay in. It's like the more I talk, the more it wiggles out. And I do a lot of talking. That's the job here. How will we ever make it onto your net-covered boat? But I mean, this is just as good as Star Wars. I mean, this is just as good as A New Hope. And way better than The Return of the Jedi. I mean, it might not be as... It's not as good as Empire Strikes Back, granted. But I mean, it's on par with A New Hope. I don't understand why this movie gets laughed at. Maybe it's a money thing. You know how much money got poured into it? Just jump on the netted boat, please. Yeah, hands like, feet like a dang spider monkey. That plant that he just paid all that money for, he just throws in there like it's nothing. His boat is like a gymnasium. I mean, wouldn't a guy stop shooting when he realized he's not shooting at what he's aiming at? That's the same question I just asked. No. So I guess that was their tanker of gasoline. You wouldn't go up there and just tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, stop, my man." Oh, do you need that map that you could literally memorize but the first time you saw it? Question I've been asking my whole life. Well, who did the tattoo? She wasn't born with that tattoo. So somebody else knows where the land is. Die with some dignity, sir. Get it? Been where? Oh. So if you can make your own hydro rations, what I don't. Why would you want that as currency? You see what I'm saying? You see his cool choker collar? He's not interested in your necklace. It's just not his style. She can draw real good. Wait till you see her awesome drawings. Go blow who? Ugh. Men are gross, dude. How does a woman find that attractive? God bless him. I mean, she has a nice body, but there's definitely something wrong with her face. Like, it's just a little off kilter. I don't know if it's her nose. She found the crayons. You're going to be in store for a lot more shitty pictures, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's her nose or her face. Like, there's something wrong about it. I don't think she's... I mean, yeah, who am I to say who's hot, but... In real life, I'm sure she's hot. But in... And probably Waterworld, she's hot. But, like, movie star hot? No. It's her chin. It's, like, not fully developed chin. What's with the armband? What purpose does that serve? That was hilarious. Just kicking his tools off the side once again. No respect for his own tools. But he'll go scavenge for tools at the bottom of the ocean. But when it comes to his tools, he finds them, then he just kicks them over the side. Seems kind of pointless. I just love how they have endless ammunition. Like what? And they still have nuke the whales. I do love that bumper sticker. Alright, this is kind of goofy. Warriors, come out and play. Just throwing out cigarettes? Yeah, because those are so readily available in Waterworld. Paper. You'll find out how important paper is later, but yet they can throw cigarettes around like they're nothing. It's like bubbles. You know, if I was a bandit, right, and why wouldn't they have women with them? It seems to be a very homosexual, I don't know, like group. Does crude oil burn like that? Like, would it burn from a match? I mean, I know crude oil burns, but would it burn from, like, you throwing a match in there? Comment below if crude oil burns from throwing a match into a well full of crude oil and you know the answer. Comment below if you know it. That's how I treat my dogs when they're on my seat. Hi, move. Speaking of, come here, bub. Come here. You want to get on camera? Come here. Everybody loves the dog. He's a good boy. You know, I mean, if you're not a dog person, I just... What are you? Cats I can understand because cats are really like self-sufficient. But dogs, I mean, we're just like simpatico. He needs me and I need him. And, you know, he's Gooby. He's a good boy. I think a police car just went to my neighbor's house. They're always fighting. I don't know what about, but... Raining hard again. The internet's out. Luckily, I don't rely on internet. Now, you're eating the leaves off the plant. That's its only source of... That's how it makes its food. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that was hilarious. For somebody that can't swim, she's doing a pretty good job. Hush. Be good. Hey. Be good. I got this little squirt bottle. When they get a little, you know, whiny. Give them a couple of squirts. I don't even have to use it really anymore. I just point to it. Where did they find all these guns and stuff? But they can't find dirt. I mean, the movie is fatally flawed in that it doesn't make sense. Like, there's some big time flaws in this film. So, I don't know. I don't know how 4 bolts held down an entire plane. I don't know how his masthead's still holding the plane. You guys hear how hard it's raining out there? I mean, it is a soaker tonight, guys. So who's driving the plane? And you notice how it's not tight at all around it? Like, it would be cinched so tight. Well, he's not going to be happy about that. I mean, he's thrown people off the ship for way less than that. Oh, I got adjustable waist. Sorry, guys. He's lost his accent once again. Do you want to get tossed off this boat again? I will toss you right off this boat one more time. He cut off their hair for rope, I assume, right? Is that what he's doing? He's drawing penises all over his boat. What is that guy in the background throwing? Guys, it's raining hard. Internet is still down. Like I said, there's a good chance we lose power tonight. Is that the guy from Braveheart? Steven? This guy looks like a cross between Robin Williams and the Wicked Witch of the West. Oh boy. But okay, I understand that paper might be like hard to come by, right? But what makes it that has no use to me if I mean like why would paper be that valuable? He has chalk, right? He has an entire ship that he can write on, apparently. So I don't understand why the paper would be like important just because you had never seen paper. Can anybody explain that about the? I'm just perplexed by this paper situation. I mean, if I was Kevin Costner and somebody showed me paper, if I was in that exact situation, I was Kevin Costner. Somebody showed me paper, I'd be, oh, that's cool, and then I'd be like, well, you got any like water or anything? Like, I don't understand. Like, you got any food maybe? I don't understand what the big deal is with the paper. It's just like a trinket. It's not, I mean, it seems like a luxury, not a necessity. I gotta be honest, if I was Kevin Costner and I came across people like this, I would just kill them. I mean, I would lie. I would say that I was going to trade with them. And then I would just immediately shoot them or stab them. And then take everything that they had. And I would be called Steve the Pirate. And there would never be anybody to tell the tale of Steve the Pirate because they would all be dead. My man needs some new pants. I had some chef pants like that. Would you eat him? Comment below if you would eat him. I would. I think I might have to. But how do you do that on a boat like that? I guess boil him? Salt him? But he would most definitely be eaten or chopped up for fish bait, and then I would probably use him for fish bait, shark bait, and eat the shark. I'd rather eat the shark than the person, but he would not just be thrown. He would not just be wasted. Now, why, if you were Kevin Costner, why wouldn't you take all the cool stuff off here and let the girls have that boat and be like, okay, now you're on your own now? I mean, it could have been such a great movie, but it needed to be thought out more. I mean, it could have been really good. It just needed to have way more thought into it. I would like a remake of this, but somebody actually sit down and think about it. And you could do it a lot cheaper now because you could use partial CGI. Now here's the thing. You know, I hate CGI. But that is an example of something that could be CGI'd now, look decent, and it would be understandable. Because you're not going to make a $200 million set anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's an example of where I would think CGI would... I forgot about this part. This is an example of CGI being bad. Shut up. Don't look at me with them squinty eyes. No, it's because it sucks. Just like your drawing. My kind of guy. I can dig that. Sit still. I don't think his 2mm web toes make that much of a difference, honestly. Yeah, we know. That's what we just said. the moon gets closer on Waterworld. I think my neighbors are fighting. Let me go see. Really can't tell if they're fighting or not. Oh, I think it's coming out of... I think my girlfriend's watching a movie. I thought I heard like men yelling and I was like, what is going on? Thanks, you just ruined that very valuable paper with your shit drawing. I like how he knows the monster's sleep schedule. How are they best friends now? Just because she said people don't like you, basically? Hush. Please, calm down. Tell my girlfriend to turn it down a little bit. It's distracting me. We don't pause or stop here, guys. What was that? A worm? Yeah. How did they know where he was going? Oh, probably the plane. They knew the direction, but how do they? I don't know. It just seems like an awful lot to find a boat in the water without radar. Are like I said, are those underwater sea-doos? Do those work like that? Like maybe for a time underwater, but I assume the engine needs air, right? Just like any other engine? Guys, be quiet. How long were they going to wait underwater there? Like that, they were underwater for quite a long time. Got a big pool net. Hey, guys, quit or you get sprayed. What purpose does it serve? His body weight does that. His body weight is enough to do that. Well, I just don't understand what's that net supposed to do. But you didn't know that wasn't going to work? Why don't you just shoot him with your guns? Oh my. That looks like one of those Hercules or Xena Warrior Princess CGIs. It's got a blunderbuss. You didn't think of that earlier. Well, why wouldn't you shoot him again? Our highly effective bullets worked. Let's not shoot him again. Yeah, no. Yeah, we know that. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I say a lot of things. Well, don't they know the history of what happened? Well, I thought you said it didn't exist. Oh, he's gonna take. That's right. He's gonna take her underwater. You're not worried about like eluding these bandits that are chasing you. You're going to take an excursion to the bottom of the ocean. Just doesn't seem like an appropriate time to do that. I notice this is a common theme in movies where even though that the enemy is hot on their tail, they have time to do these extracurricular activities. Now, how many of those flares are you going to waste there, bud? And do you think that's going to light up the entire ocean? Like, it's just so weird. Like, okay, they got the part of that the ocean is dark. But, okay, so the ocean is dark. We understand that. And that's good. That's like scientific fact that the bottom of the ocean is darker. But you're not going to illuminate it with 5 road flares. I mean, so it's like it's like they've made good decisions and they thought about it. But then they're like, oh yeah, but how will he light his way? Oh, let's take a road flare. It would make just as much sense if he had like a high caliber underwater like flashlight or something. But I mean, if it's that illuminated, I don't think that that's necessary. The flares. And how long is that rope he's got on? That rope has to be very long. He seems to just be going wherever he wants. It kind of reminds me of when the music and everything, the scene, kind of reminds me when Quaid goes to the Martian power station in Total Recall, which is a movie I'm going to definitely do, Total Recall. I'm going to switch my ear because that ear's just not working out for me. What's the gyroscope for on his boat? Yeah, his bullet wound seems to be not affecting him at all. He wants to show that off as much as he can. He's very proud of that he's missing an eye. We're all winners. Participation trophies for everyone. Live or die. I definitely have to do Speed too. I got so many movies to do, man. I have probably 700 movies, and I want to do all of them. But I was just thinking about how, like, if I do a movie every other day, it's about 200 movies a year. So it'd take me 3 years to do them all. But I feel like that's the best way to build up a YouTube audience, is to do a lot of movies. The ones that appeal to everyone. And I'm sure that I'll get better and better doing these as I go on. But you know how things go. Sometimes you lose interest. You know, I don't even know if I'll get 3 years. I don't even know if I'll do them all. It's an arrow pointing to dry land. How does that? Why is this so hard to decipher what it is? Well, I don't understand why they need the tattoo. Can't they just take a drawing of it? I mean, it's not a very complex tattoo. Or can't they just memorize it? It's literally an arrow pointing north. I keep saying that, but I think it needs to be said. And they have enough time to talk while they're being shot at. I mean, why wouldn't you just take his boat? Why are you destroying it? Yes, this is your boat. This is my interaction with children, pretty much. How would she know? She can't see it. And you're well aware they don't have mirrors, because mom didn't know what a mirror was. Well, it's not looking good. Here's his accent back. The best time to make out. Well, I guess in a way it does kind of make sense, because if you're gonna die, might as well, get your jollies off. I mean, that might not be my first. I might be more concerned with living. But I think that if you got the water out of it, you might be able to salvage. You could just write well, he had a whole book. Why would he be interested in paper? Oh. Only a half hour left, guys. That's a good thing. That's the good news. No, you're an idiot. How does he just find them? Well, I hope this is a better throw. The heck was that noise? Was that something in my room, or is that something on the show? Oh, it's my dog snoring. I was like, what the hell is that noise? I just don't understand. Nobody thought the whole time to draw the picture of the tattoo. Nobody thought. Nobody had that foresight. So ridiculous. Hello, so ridiculous. So it's been centuries. So Kevin Costner has mutated in a couple centuries. Not likely. And they haven't got their act together, the human population, in a couple centuries. It's silly at this point. Okay, so is this dry land? It looks to be. So I guess they don't need the girl. Oh no, it's just a big ship. But that is dry land. Well, good thing they have these climbing holes. So, oh yeah, just put your feet on these rusted holes. Sure. It's a great idea. Definitely won't cut you at all. For somebody that was so surprised about paper, there's an awful lot of paper in this movie. Cigarettes, posters, National Geographics. I mean, paper doesn't seem like it's the big deal that they make it out to be. I know I've been on talking about caught on paper for like 50 minutes. Half the movie's just about me ragging on paper, but Smeat. Like you wouldn't fit right in. Like nobody's gonna recognize you, dude. So he's actually not a bad guy. He's just trying to provide for his people. So, spoiler alert, is Dennis Hopper just good, just trying to make his people, happy? That's the real spoiler. Pretty smart way to kill people. How would he hear over that really loud motorcycle engine? Now that was hilarious. I guess so much for the sneaking in. Oh my god, look at that haircut. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm going bald in the back too. I might have to rock that. More paper in the background. Just literally paper everywhere. And like I said, what would you possibly need paper for? Now, do they know that paper comes from trees? This is his death montage. I mean, she didn't really see him do that much. I mean, she's seen him kill a monster and kill a couple guys, but she might be exaggerating slightly about what his abilities are. And why are they so dirty when they live on the water? Can't they just jump in the ocean and take a quick rinse? Now this ear is getting goofy. So, low-key, Dennis Hopper's a good guy. For real, though. Well, I guess that could explain where they got their oil from, that oil tanker. But they still have no way to refine it. Because I don't think they transport gasoline in huge oil tankers. I think it's all crude oil. You don't. I mean, come on. You were going to remember everybody. That boat has like 1,000 people on it. Because you have toilets. So you know that toilet joke. I like his insults because it's stuff I would say in second grade. Auburn Tigers. I was late on the joke, so you're not out of sync. It just took me a while to think of that. I'm not sure if that would happen, but okay. So Kevin Costner murdered thousands of people. Innocent people. It's all about the narrative, I guess. Yeah, this is a good lesson in whoever wins writes history. Kevin Costner, on his boat had extensive firearms training. So that's naturally why he's such a good shot. Hey, stop. Is that a long enough runway for it to get up? Did he do his own stunts? Because that kind of looks like him. Yeah, so the girl and him both survived that devastating crash. Yeah, she's completely unharmed. I mean, is the situation as dire as they make it out to be? I mean, he can swim. He can breathe underwater. I mean, they could have just jumped overboard. I mean, just get him over water and then jump. I like how his bullet wound healed so nicely without any medical attention. Remember that? Remember when he got shot 20 minutes ago? You thought that it might hinder his performance. You were wrong. Just jump over the side. I like how they have rope just long enough. Oh, oh. Come on. Alright. That is so stupid. So I like how there's no smoke from the fireball or anything in the air where they are. What happened to the rest of their crew? Oh. Gotta be honest, I'm over this movie at this point. This was a weird review. I feel like I just got discombobulated because I had to restart it, and I don't feel like it was my best review, I must be honest. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It just really took a lot out of me. Like, it just takes a lot out of me when I have to redo a movie. Yeah. I'll apologize, and I won't scan it off the hard drive. I'll put the file onto the computer and read it off the computer because it just really threw me off my game. I hope it was funny. I hope it was fun. I tried to do the best that I could. But, you know, best laid plans. I'll try to put in that blooper of what happened when it froze. I was just sitting there, sad. Why are they all crawling like that? So that's like not inhabited by anybody else? You know what I didn't see once in this movie? Rain. There was no rain in this movie. He looks like the brawny guy. Oh, it is inhabited. Or was. Gee, if Kevin Costner hadn't killed thousands of people, there might be somebody to repopulate this island. So I'm going to my grave, and it's getting to the end of the movie. I don't think, like I said, I don't think Dennis Hopper was bad. Look at this hat they're making me wear, sir. It's kind of embarrassing. Land sickness is a real thing if you've been out in a boat long enough. I'm just over this movie. I'm sorry I'm just being silent, but I just want it to end. No longer will I ever promise to do like a movie next in the movie review, because then I'm like obligated to do it. I think that the best thing is just for me to go through the list of movies that I have and then just pick one randomly. I was feeling it last night. I was kind of getting a little goofy, or I guess I filmed it Saturday night. I was feeling a little goofy, and I don't know. So what happened to the rest of the crew? They had like 8 or 9 more people. Are they not going to get them? There it is, guys. We made it through. All right, do our last shot, and then. So, what do you guys think of Waterworld? Have you guys seen it before? Comment below if you've seen Waterworld. Gotta be honest. I thought it was not very good. I would rate that. That was, I said in the beginning that was as good as A New Hope. That wasn't as good as A New Hope, honestly. But it was not as bad as Return of the Jedi. So it's probably like a 4 out of 10. 4.5, 4. Like I said, it had some cool stuff in it, but they thought about the science, some aspect, but like I said, it just baffles me why like some of the stuff is just completely overlooked. I mean, I know it's not a frickin' documentary, but you think that they could just put a little bit more into the writing. But our watch has ended. And have a good night, guys.